Sheila here with Sirius Talis Moon, and I want to talk about a topic that is highly pivotal, and this is the fact that people, let's just say, just like in the Me Too, the women that were violated, that were raped, that were abused, of the older generation sometimes had reactions that are diminishing on what happened. And they projected it onto the women that did speak up. Also, when it comes to end of life decisions, and again, I'm not saying total and complete resolution. The applications are usually for the access to choice in that regard, and it's something that we know from cases upon cases. And the people that look at the expressions of the heart and say, "Oh, it's a show. Oh, it's a this. Oh, it's not serious. Oh, if they wanted to do that, they would do that," is the people that have it in themselves. Now, these are very difficult situations because I think in such cases, both people have been dealing for decades with suicidal thoughts, let's say. And well, and when one decides to say, okay, tada, bye bye, it sparks. It's normal that it sparks stuff in another. And I think the leading figures here have all been dealing with that for decades. Um, the addressing this issue of end of life, saying, wait a second, I am deserving of life that is actually lifing. If life is not accommodating chronically, it doesn't matter anymore what to blame, who to blame. I tried to change society. I tried to change myself. And it's the statement that no, that those things are non-negotiable. And this can spark things in people that are um, because a lot of people deal with, I'm not saying one-to-one the same things, then they can say, wait a second, it's not that person that says, okay, tata, fill in the papers is wrong. What does it say about the rest of what does it say about the rest of the bunch? And and the bunch here probably has tried to change the both society and themselves. um, Now, also the awareness that things do have to change profoundly, culturally, spiritually, emotionally, um, and the fixed axis tells of something that is changing into something consistent. Then everybody is aware um, that we don't know what will be, let's say, the final resolutions when this aspect separates and when Mercury goes direct. Um, and yet there is this open-heartedness, and then some just like, wait a second, there's still something waiting on the heart that must transform, and it's not just the internal. It's also the internal, but it's not just the internal. Um, living in life threats of not being allowed internal peace is not a sustaining culture. And it's also a statement around the other solutions that were available in society for situations that they are not suffice. Living in fear is not suffice. A sense of community needs to be on basis that is allowing people to be. Um, also, when it comes to the funding or the more practical considerations, things can come up that, let's say, when people have to assert their rights to receive funding to terminate life, um, and particularly when we talk about wanting to end life because of bullying, harassment, or sexual boundary violation, it's not that they will do certain things other than, but this is also where, let's say, a global mass extinction without suffering looks like euthanasia. So there's the open-ended question that I addressed, I think, 2 or 3 episodes ago, was saying, hey, and it's not a temporary thing. It's not something that, let's say, all the ways, the treatment methods, all of them have been tried. If there was any doubt about this. There's certain presence of certain people that, let's just say, there were people that were harming the people in question, the people that are seeking to end life, and they feel, how should I say, that they have isolated, let's say, psychologists isolated the patient And they can say, oh, they have isolated me when they spoke up. No, they spoke the truth. I spoke the truth. And it was an attempt to somehow give a chance to life. Abuse is not an answer. Only that is an answer to abuse.